Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my first tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to tell you how to connect Java and MySQL. So before we start coding we just have to add external jar for it, which will be used in connecting Java and MySQL. So I have already added this thing. I will remove this and I'll show you how to add it. So first you have to go to Java build path from properties, and then you have to go to libraries, then add external jars, and then you have to add this jar file. So this you will get from internet, or I'll put the description link in the description. I'll put the link from where you can download it. So I've added this thing. Now we'll move on to the code. So I have declared a class which is 3. So as this is a 3-tier architecture, this extends JFrame. So I'm using a frame for it. Then I have declared a panel, then a button, then two text areas. So one will be used for taking input and second will be for output. Then I declared a constructor. So I have initialized the things. A frame equal to new frame, b equal to new panel. This grid back layout will help us in arranging the things properly onto the panel. So for that we are using grid back layout. Next we are using a button which is submit, then two text areas, and we have declared grid back constant gbc equal to new grid back constant. So this will return an object. This will create an object, and then we can put the buttons and text areas onto the different locations. So next we are adding those things onto the panel. Then we are setting the background color for the panel. We are setting the background color for the text areas, and foreground color means the color of the text which will be displayed on the text area. Then we are set editable false, because a2 will contain output. We are not able to change it, so we have set editable as false, so we cannot type anything in this black box. Next we have added the panel to the frame. We have set visibility true. We have set default close option, exit on close. So whenever you will click on this cross, it will close. Then we have set the size of the frame. So up till this point we have just discussed about the GUI part. Now we will be discussing about how to connect this GUI and MySQL. So for a class.for name mysql.com.mysql.jdbc driver, so this line will register the driver com.mysql.jdbc driver, and we are using this driver for connection with the MySQL. So this class will be in the reference libraries MySQL com.mysql jdbc and driver. So this class is here. We are registering this driver, and then we are going to use it later on. So b1.add action listener. So as soon as you will click on the submit button, the execution will start from here. So this will listen to the click, and rest of the things will be executed according to the click. So result set will contain the result. Connection.con driver manager.get connection. This code will connect us to the database, which is IOIT. You can give any database name. You have to create a user, and you have to give a password to the user. You have to give all required permissions to the user, and that thing will be done on the terminal. Then we have to create a statement. So we have to tell Java that yeah, we are creating a statement. So stm is the statement, and connection.create statement. So this is the syntax for it. Then we are getting the query from the text area a1. Then we are comparing a1. If it is null, then we have to display enter a query. So you can check it here. So enter a query. Then else if user has provided some kind of query, so we are checking the first six letters. If it contains select, then we are going to execute query, or else we are just executing if it is a procedure, and if it is a create or some kind of updation queries, and then we are executing execute update. So if it contains select, a small cap select or call, then we are executing that query. Then while rs.next, so while the result set is not empty, so we are executing this thing. So for I equal to 1, I less than column count, so the column count will be we'll get this thing from the metadata. So rsmd is the metadata, the result set metadata. This will contain the information about the result, and this will the rsm.get count will return the count of the column that is in the result. So so in this thing we'll we are getting the column count from metadata, and then we are uh, checking the type of the column. So column type can be varchar, it can be integer, it can be big integer, it can be decimal. So according to the